What is going on, everyone? We are 24 hours away from the NFL releasing the Houston Texans schedule. Let me know in the comments down below, how many primetime games do you think this Houston Texans team is going to have? They only had just one last year. Head coach DeMeco Ryans was asked about the lack of primetime games. Here's his response. Look, I 100% agree with DeMeco to a certain point. If the Houston Texans got no primetime games and they just played at 12 o'clock all year, I wouldn't be mad. However, I want the world to see this Houston Texans team. I want DeMeco Ryans, CJ Stroud, Will Anderson Jr. to get their moments, to get their flowers. I want the city of Houston to be recognized once again as a prominent franchise and a team that is on the rise. That's why you get primetime games, is because they think you're next up. And God damn it, the Houston Texans are. We are going to be predicting the schedule for this Houston Texans team. There have been some leaks already regarding the primetime games. Have not seen a Houston Texans leak yet. If I see it right now, you guys will be the first to know. But the first thing we got to talk about, who the Houston Texans will be hosting at home. Who will they be traveling to? At home, the Houston Texans will have games against their division rivals, the Colts, the Jaguars, the Titans. But they will also be hosting the Chicago Bears, the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Detroit Lions. The Texans will be traveling to, besides the regular AFC South victims, the Dallas Cowboys, the Green Bay Packers, the Minnesota Vikings, the Kansas City Chiefs, the New York Jets, and the New England Patriots. I cannot wait for this season to start. If you are not in my Houston Texans Discord, what are you doing? Let me know if you want to be added in the comments down below, and I will personally send you the invite. This is the 713 Houston Sportcast. I am your host, Ruben Calvillo. I drop daily Houston Texans content, so make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And guys, thank you all so much for watching today's episode. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here is my prediction for the Houston Texans 2024 season schedule. At week 1, I have us opening up at home against the Miami Dolphins, welcoming Mike McDaniel, Tyreek Hill, and Tua Tagovailoa. I think this will be a great week 1 matchup. Hopefully, it is a primetime game, and this will be a real test right out the gates, facing against what a lot of people consider one of the most dangerous offenses in the NFL. Week 2, I have the Houston Texans on the road traveling to the Stroud house against the Indianapolis Colts. CJ Stroud goes back to where he claimed the AFC South Division matchup, and hopefully we can see a full game of Anthony Richardson versus CJ Stroud. Week 3, at home against Tennessee. Now, this is where I want the Houston Texans to show off the H-Town blue jerseys. The Tennessee Titans try to disrespect you and wear them against you last season at home, and I think this will be a great opportunity for the Houston Texans to disrespect them. Week 4, I have us traveling to Minnesota against the Vikings, going up against J.J. McCarthy, and I think that would be a matchup that the Houston Texans should handle quickly. Week 5, welcoming the Baltimore Ravens. CJ Stroud gets another opportunity to go against the MVP Lamar Jackson. He is 0-2 against them and has yet to score a touchdown. Week 6, Week 7, I have the Houston Texans on the road. Week 6 against Green Bay, the first matchup between CJ Stroud and Jordan Love, and hopefully we get to see a celebration in Lambeau Field. Then, like I said, Week 7 is on the road as well against the New England Patriots. That will be a great matchup, going up against Drake May, another young quarterback in this league. And after that, Week 8 is the bye. The Houston Texans haven't had a bye week in the middle in a while, so that's where they get it in Week 8. Then after the bye week, they are on the road. So this is technically 3 straight games on the road. Week 9 against Kansas City. The Houston Texans will have about 10 plus days to prepare for the Super Bowl winning champs. This should be prime time, and CJ Stroud should announce himself to the world this week. Then week 10 at home, welcoming the Detroit Lions and Jared Goff, who just got a huge contract extension. That will be a great matchup, and if the Houston Texans win that game, we will be feeling fantastic. Week 11 on the road, going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars, the first matchup of the year. Week 11, we'll see them a couple of weeks later. Week 12, home against the Indianapolis Colts, finishing off our games against them. Week 13, welcoming the number 1 overall pick, Caleb Williams, and the Chicago Bears. Back-to-back home games here, week 12 and 13. Maybe that game against the Bears is in prime time. Week 14, going back to New York, MetLife, that horrible turf, playing against the Jets. Hopefully, the sun is outside. Then the Houston Texans at home, week 15, welcoming Josh Allen and Bills Mafia. Hopefully, my boy Dan is in town and we get to act a fool at the tailgate. Week 16, the battle for Texas, Christmas. Houston Texans traveling to Jerry's World to face the Dallas Cowboys and Dakota Prescott. That might be the most watched game that day. Everyone will be tuned in. It will be a civil war between Houston and Dallas. I cannot wait for all the trash talk. I might go to that game. Week 17, your last home game of the year, finishing off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. There might be some playoff implications that week, some divisional rankings that week. A good matchup there. Then week 18 at Tennessee, finishing off the season. At this point, the Tennessee Titans are out of playoff contention. The Houston Texans are resting their starters, and we are seeing Davis Mills dice them up in week 18. Ladies and gentlemen, this was my prediction for the Houston Texans 2024 season schedule. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. For more Houston Texans content, you guys know what to do. Have a blessed day, guys. See y'all soon.